Love the Wrestling Fandom Podcast? Help us grow and rep the fandom in style. Grab your exclusive merchandise now at thetstop.net. Support the show and look awesome doing it.
This podcast is intended for passionate wrestling fans and may contain strong language, spoilers, and unfiltered opinions. We'll be talking storylines, swerves, and possibly burying your favorite wrestler, all in good fun. If you're easily offended or kayfabe sensitive, consider this your official heel turn warning. But now that you've been warned, let's ring the damn bell.
Welcome back, Wrestling Fandom Podcast listeners. Sorry about last week. We had a little bit of that WrestleMania hangover. And, yeah, we had a little bit too much wrestling. But we're back. Greg,
I'm not as tired
how are
now.
you doing?
I'm all right, man. The hangover's gone. The headache's away for now. I'll say that. Ready to get back into the swing of things. And instead of looking at new school stuff, it's time to hit the time machine and head back in the day.
Damn right, because today we're going to, well, there's some modern stuff in here. A little bit. Actually, I think one. But today we're looking at the weirdest wrestling merchandise ever sold.
Oh, Lord, here.
Yeah.
Macabre. The weird.
Yeah. Now, some of these, well, they're not weird, but it's, why would you make that? And I've noticed that with a lot of wrestling merch. Like, I didn't put it in this list, but you remember the John Cena gnomes?
Don't even get me started on those.
But
those creepy little bastards.
What are they for? Like, I mean, what were they made for? Like,
no one knows.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, because it's like, I don't think anybody has ever put one of those in their yard.
And if they have, you can't see them.
Right?
Sorry, dumbass pun.
No. Hey. No offense to anybody out there, but we're two dumbasses, so ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm not like everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm retarded.
It's okay. I have papers to prove it.
Mm-hmm. So, speaking of retarded, we're going to start this list off with some of the most stupid and ridiculous action figures that were ever released.
Oh, no. You curated this list, and I have yet to see any of it, so this is a surprise for me and y'all.
But when I say the weird, the what the fuck, when it comes to wrestling action figures, what's one? You've been a wrestling fan since we were both real young in the NWO, WCW, WWF days.
I've had some weird merchandise. My grandmother worked at Kmart.
Well, give me some ideas of some weird figures you might. Do you remember any?
Let's see. I was never a fan of the mini figures with the mini rings. Never got the fat of those. Let's see. The ones that would come with like the little handheld gun things where you put the wrestlers in them and they just spin in circles. Never understood those. Like, here, we're gonna put your figure on a freaking mop and just spin it.
Okay.
Maximum Sweat. Where you didn't know where that liquid came from.
That's it. The Maximum Sweat. These things.
Boy.
Bro, I remember getting a Triple H one at Christmas. I don't remember from who. You know, it was a big Christmas party at grandma's house, you know. Got it from somebody, and I just remember opening it up and being like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I can't wrestle with it. So it's out of the fig fed instantly.
It
And
makes me wonder how many kids thought that was eye drops.
there was nothing in it. It was an empty squeeze bottle.
I thought,
No,
I thought they
mine
had.
had.
See, my
No,
memory's
it was.
toast. I thought they had the little bit of water
No,
liquid still in them.
nope. It just had a little sticker on it that said official sweat. But it
Like
was an
Michael's
empty.
special juice or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
Space Jam for action figures, Mom.
well, depending on what you stuff in there, and let's be honest, that there's probably some older brothers that did some mischievous things
Oh,
to their
I'm
brothers,
sure. I'm
to
sure.
their little brothers'
It
toys.
was no longer
I did.
It was no longer maximum sweat. It was maximum piss.
Exactly. Exactly. But these things were like, first off, why would Jax think maximum sweat action figures would work? Like, I don't want my action figure to. I don't want them to sweat. Like,
I mean, realism.
okay, but
I don't.
they had 2 bullet holes in their damn head where the water came wiping down. Didn't make them look like
Well, if
they
you
were
were
sweating.
Well, if you were smart, you could have put red food dye in that bottle with some water, and then you would have had maximum blood.
Brother, I was 8 years old. I wasn't that intelligent.
Me either. I just thought of that just now.
Like, but that would have been a good idea, though.
Now it makes me want to go find one of those figures and see if that would work.
But okay, you know, and the other thing with these, you know, everything was over exaggerated. Like I remember the Triple H figure, their feet were real fucking big. But I mean, that's because they're all hunched over and
The Taker
bulky,
reminds me of the comic book Taker.
right? Like they're over exaggerated features and everything. And well, WCW.
Don't get me
I'll let
started. There's one I'm pretty sure you don't have this on your list, but the 2-ups. You remember those or 1-ups? The bigger, like yeah, those. I don't think you have those on the list. I hope you don't. But yeah, whoever thought, oh, sorry, there's a little huddle running around.
Oh.
But whoever thought that a 3-foot Dwayne the Rock Johnson and John Cena would be a good idea for kids,
And Hulk Hogan.
The odd one out.
Yeah, I remember those. No, I honestly forgot about those, to be honest. And a lot of these came from Wrestle Crap, the good old Wrestle Crap.
Shout out Wrestle Crap. We cover crappy wrestling. They write about it.
All right, and they even pick out merch. Thank you. Because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known about these. And if you've known me for a long time, you know I'm a figurehead. I know my series. I know this one. I actually had to go back and look into, but WCW gross out wrestlers.
Very, very, very vaguely remember those. Only because I think I had the Sting.
I don't remember.
Sting was. I remember the Sting just because we were Sting heads as kids, so we had every freaking Sting figure you could possibly imagine. I wish I still had them. But I remember the eye pop out. That's the only one I remember. I never got to see the Goldberg in person or the Vicious.
See, I don't remember seeing these at all. At all. And
I want
when
to
I
say
seen
KB
them,
Toys.
not ours here, not the one at Northtown, because I would have remembered
Yeah.
these.
It was like
And
our KB Toys back in Roanoke and at the NRV mall. Like they switched out their stuff weekly. Like there was always new stuff coming in and out of that place.
yeah,
I guess it's a good
I
thing.
mean, they did
Good thing about
that,
being
but
close to WCW headquarters, I guess.
yeah. See, I wish. See, you probably seen a lot more merch in the Kmart's and Walmart's and
Oh yeah.
stuff like that. See, we had maybe one Goldberg shirt and one NWO shirt, one
I
Steve
had
Austin shirt
probably
and one DX shirt. That was it.
yeah, our Walmart was always stocked with shirts. Like you'd walk in the front door and to the left and they were right there.
Yeah, no, I wished.
And it was a full
I
rack every
wished.
time. That's why we
I
had the
wish.
NWO shirt. We had the Austin shirt that got us sent home from school because of the middle
Which one?
fingers.
I was gonna say which one.
The
I already know which
the
one. The one with
the
the skeleton.
Yep, we got in trouble for
Yep.
that one. Got in trouble for the suck it shirt. Actually, me and my brother actually had our school pictures taken. I want to say I was in the second grade with the foam WWF championship belt.
Which one?
The circle,
The Big Eagle?
the one you don't like. Yeah, the one you don't like.
No, I like the Big Eagle. I don't like the Big Gold.
Yeah, the big eagle one we got our pictures taken with for school pictures.
Leave
Hey,
it to Virginia.
diehard fan.
They would have. They
Diehard
would have.
fans.
Hey, brother, I'm proud of you, but damn, I would have done it if they would have allowed it here. That's fucking Virginia for you right there. Fucking championship.
Yeah, we got
in the goddamn school picture.
1 year we had I want to say first grade was the giant oversized Power Ranger,
Yeah.
the foam ones. We had our pictures taken with that in school. And then a couple years later, we did the championship belt. Yeah.
All right. Well, see,
Super nerd.
I'm gonna do a little bit of callback at the beginning of this when you said you had every Sting figure and everything. Well, there's an infamous Sting figure, and I'm sure older moms would remember this figure very well, because it seems to be the only one that could be used for pleasure as
The
well.
vibrators.
Yeah. There was Sting, Hogan, Scott Hall, the Giant, Luger, and Nash.
Had every fucking one of them.
Oh, and the random one was Chris Benoit.
No, we're not.
Set.
Yeah, it was the one that turned you into. It crippled it.
Well, good. Because I would honestly love to talk to somebody from Toy Biz and be like, what was the idea behind this? Were you like trying to target the moms? Because why is a child's wrestling figure vibrating at a very
We could
no, brother, this figure, I will tell you all a little story. This figure, no. I will never forget being at Kmart with my mother and her sister Terry when I come back to the cart with the new Sting and Hogan figure. My mom grabs it, you know how parents do. Let me see how much this damn sumbitch is. Back when they put price tags on the products. out on the damn shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget my mom reading the "Try Me" on the side. And when it vibrated, my mom and the look in my mom and Aunt Terry's face, didn't understand it at 8 years old. They
Understand it
both
now.
exactly at 35. I know what that look is like. That's
My
a
bad.
child's toy kind of look.
Are you sure
I'm
this supposed to
sure.
be a kid's toy?
I'm sure the same look as the mother that found out about that Harry Potter broom.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Oh, to be a 90s kid.
Like,
We didn't have lawn darts. We had shaking parts.
bullshit. I grew up with a set of lawn darts.
I'm not saying we didn't have them, but they
Or
were our generation.
they're not lawn darts, they're jarts. Or something like that.
They're, hey, Mom, we're going to the emergency room this weekend. Last one to move loses.
Good old days
Lord.
where parents would let their children hurt themselves. But
Now, Tommy,
this-
don't hurt yourself. Don't go out in the street and play in traffic. My mom, go play in traffic, you little shit. I don't give a fuck.
But this
If
figure,
you ain't bleeding, you ain't dying.
this figure, dude, I've never seen the concept.
Here's the other thing.
The reason for
Here's the other
this
thing.
figure.
That Sting, me and my brother both thought it was the NWO Sting. Because there's no way in hell the actual Sting will let his figure be turned into a vibrator. I'm just saying, it's more of a Hogan thing than an actual Sting thing.
I get what you mean.
Maybe that's where the idea came from. He was Hogan was trying to find a way to send the boys to his wife.
I'm not.
I mean,
gonna
weird
say
things have been said. Weird things have been said recently.
Yes, and that's why I'm going to keep my mouth shut, because I don't need a depressed, whacked out, bitter, I shouldn't have left my husband for a 21-year-old who's probably desperate and needs money. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm not getting sued. Feel free, Greg.
Hey. Never mind. We'll talk about that one off screen tomorrow at work. Because I have a whole tangent I can go on that, and we're not going to do that.
But why?
Because I can't afford it.
I'm not going to fight you on that one. We work in the same place. I know what you get paid. I can't fight you on that one.
Exactly.
But another
Oh,
weird ass, just WCW, Toy Biz, and Marvel towards the end just started making really, really weird.
So I know where this idea came from. I know exactly where the idea came from. They were trying to keep it. So McFarlane was releasing the Kiss special editions at the time.
Okay.
Like the ones that were a little whacked out and stuff. And it just seemed like they were like, hey, if they're doing it and people are buying those, let's do the same thing to our figures and see if people buy them that way. Because, you know, everybody wants to see Bret Hart dressed as a thug.
As a hitman.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the original ones that came with the ring platform. You know, there was collect all 4 to build the ring.
Yeah.
Because you've seen those in Walgreens and Rite Aids for years, even after WCW closed.
Oh yeah.
But
if Ross was
these
around,
ones-
they'd still be selling them.
yeah. But these ones, towards the end, it was like, we're just going to literally gimmick up, give them give them fucking jobs. This, shut up, Greg. Sorry, I've been hitting the head a lot. Some words just don't come out. Thank God for having more than one word for them. But they were like, oh, let's turn our figures into WWF 1995. Like,
Now, question.
yes.
If they would have made a Duke the Dumpster Drozy figure, would it have just been a dumpster? Would Bastion Booger's figure just been a giant booger? I can go down the list.
Well, if he would have stayed long enough, if he would have stayed long enough, you know what? We'll go on a little side road real quick since you brought that up, because I've thought about this for years. Remember Nickelodeon Gak?
Oh, no. No.
Think about it. Vince McMahon, for Bastion Booger, if he would have stayed long enough, find someone that makes, knockoff Gak, slap Bastion Booger's boogers on it.
Yeah.
Vince would have done it.
Probably.
Especially if he would have gotten it cheap enough.
That's at least we didn't get a Katie Vick figure.
That's not true. Well, not wide release, but I've seen plenty of customs.
Shut up.
I have.
Shut up.
And it's usually one of the women's wrestlers that where their like hair's changed and it's in a cheerleader outfit. And it's just like, I get what you're trying to. I get it.
Yeah. Some things just remain up here, you know?
Right?
Next time you have a
Just-
thought, just let it go.
Exactly. Look at that Kevin Nash above you, behind you. A superhero.
I mean,
like
it,
WCW Slam Force. I remember
That-
being at Toys R Us laughing at those.
I mean, it's just as bad as watching Hulk Hogan try to act.
Hey man, Mr. Nanny was pretty good.
I
I can't even keep.
can't argue with you that. Yeah, I can't
I
argue
can, but
with you if you're gonna say that with a straight face. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you because you're obviously a psychopath.
I couldn't.
Sherman Hemsley made that movie.
He did. He did.
Just saying, he made that entire movie what it was. Him and the kid from Who's the Boss.
Yes. No, that
Is that
wasn't
who
the
that
kid
was?
from
I
Who-
can't.
No.
He looked a
That
lot
was-
like him.
I get where you. Yeah, no, that was not Jonathan. But why would we? I mean, I get what they were trying to do, but it's just like, there's are superheroes, but they're not superheroes.
They're heroes in a half thought.
right?
Oh
But
Lord.
I also wonder if no, the timing would be off. I was gonna say when Superman and all them started releasing movies again in the early 2000s, but I believe
Yeah,
that
when
was
Batman
after.
Forever and Batman Robin and all that came out.
Well, that was 90s because I remember those movies coming out. Those were the first Batmans I got to see.
Why'd you? Yeah, but the close-ups of Alicia Silverstone's butt.
Where the heck that come from?
Hey, that was the one scene from was it Batman Forever? Yeah, the one with Jim Carrey. When they do the opening scenes, I remember my dad going, "That was just inappropriate." Like, it just sticks in my head to this day. Like they're suiting up and it just shows like close-ups of every body part, and he's like, "You guys should be watching that." Like at the time, didn't realize that that whole thing was inappropriate. If you go back and watch it, it's just like close-ups of every an anatomical part on all three of them. It's just like y'all literally just spent $50,000 just to show us the junk. Good on you. Like,
Fuck, maybe we should just become a movie podcast. Like,
I mean, as much as we can review, we were '90s kids with a lot of VHSs and DVDs. What can
that's
we
a valid
say?
point. That is a valid point.
But wrestling goes hand in hand with that as well. So,
So, I got a question for you, Greg.
what's up?
Have you ever wanted to take one of your action figures and chop its head off and then
Not really.
pump it up full of foam and put a nice stick in the bottom of it?
Okay, you lost me.
Yeah, WCW lost to everybody too. WCW hero heads. They were like
What
big
the-
giant foam heads with a stick.
Why does Hogan look like he's about to serve me some kung fu chicken?
Why does Vader look like he's trying to take a shit?
This thing looks like he's advertising car insurance. Buy my insurance, please.
That's 1-800 Sting.
Either that, or he was definitely sitting there going, "Why the fuck are they scanning my head right now?"
Brother, this was like 94, 95, early 95, so there was no scanning. This was sculpting. But I mean,
You know what's funny?
Look at Vader. He's all cockeyed and like, what the fuck? Everybody else is staring
Hogan looks
straight.
like he's
Vader's just like, ah.
Hogan and Sting look like they just got a new set of false teeth.
The after picture.
You can be like this too for $13.99 a week.
We don't offer that.
Oh, give it time. I'm not repoing those. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm from Rent a Center. I'm here to take your teeth.
Yeah.
No.
So another.
Oh God.
We're gonna stop picking on WCW. This is a weird WWF toy, so I put it in this area. I don't know what you would call it.
I would use that word loosely.
I don't know why they made it. I don't know even what the hell the point of it is. The WWF Tug of War game.
What in the?
Like, I've seen it. It's just little. Okay, this is just the cardboard. But if you take the wrestlers on the cardboard, there's little like plastic, because you can see one behind in the little gaps you can see. Can you see that?
Yeah, kind of. Like,
Okay.
why?
Like, what? No kid wants to play tug of war. And it's like this
Oh, they're
little.
action figures.
No, dude, the whole thing. I remember the box is like this long and this big. Like, it's not
Yeah.
a. Like, it couldn't even fit the mini guys that you were talking about earlier. Like what is the. Exactly, what is the point of this? This is weird shit. Like. I will give it.
I'm retarded.
Yeah, right.
Like, I just.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Right.
No. That's a fail. That's
I
a
give-
big old fail.
Can I give you another? What the fuck?
Go for it.
Now, this is supposed to be a wrestler. Okay. I don't think. I'm sorry, that Winnie the Pooh looks like a fucking S&M character. I wouldn't be giving
Bondage
that
Vader?
Right. Yes, Bondage Winnie the Pooh. It just popped up and I was like, that don't look right to me.
That looks like somebody was like, "Hey, we got some lucha masks left over here, or no, we got some bondage bears. Can we just throw a lightning bolt on its head and call it a luchador?" Like, the fuck? What the fuck?
Right?
Like that one's.
It just kind of threw me off when I was scrolling and I was like,
What's the red shit?
I think that's supposed to be a singlet top. I think.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
If I open a present and my grandma was like, "I ordered you a wrestling bear," and I seen this, grandma would be on the first trip to the home.
I don't think so, but
Just saying.
okay.
There ain't enough chocolate mints in your pocket that can get you saved on this one.
Well,
Oh,
yeah. This thing threw me off when I was seeing it. I was like, this. Who's this for? Is this for, you know? Definitely ain't a goddamn child.
That's for that special cousin that walks a little differently than everybody else. It always tells you look fabulous. You know that one that's always just.
What are you gonna say, Greg?
Because I have a relative that I think has had, like, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it and I keep looking at this bear, I think I have a relative that still has this fucking bear on their fucking mantle. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, that explains a lot. The more you know. The more... Oh shit! All right, next. Let's roll the next one. Roll the next one.
Okay. You brought her. So,
You're related to her.
yeah, that's why you
Shit.
brought her. You do it. But, okay,
Oh, fuck.
this one I have to ask. What is y'all's in the South obsession with cars?
Don't fucking talk shit about my Hot Wheels. Although the wheels never, if you took them out of the package, the wheels always bent the second you set them on the table. Like you always end up just going, like the car was obviously too heavy for that paperclip axle. Go ahead, pull it up there. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well,
Do it.
no, hold on. I'm just wondering what what's the obsession of NASCAR, all that kind of stuff down there. I'm not
It
from
ain't
there.
just down there.
I've been there.
I was just gonna say it. Well, it's an easy sport to keep. It's an easy sport to keep track of when you're drunk, and they don't care if you pass out, wake up 2 days later in the infield.
Okay. I've heard that from quite a few Southern people, so I'll take that. But the reason why I bring it up is because, NASCAR, especially early 90s, all that stuff, it was thought of as the sport of the South, Just kind of like wrestling was to North Carolina and, back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And Eric Bischoff always said he didn't want to be a regional company.
Yeah.
He wanted to think globally, right? That was one of his big things, and I've heard him say it a million times in different interviews throughout the years. If that's true, then why the hell would we jump on the damn NASCAR bandwagon so damn hard? And then
I actually owned.
And
I owned it. Well, Jamie owned the Sting car in the middle.
Yeah, the WCW car.
I had all of the little Matchbox versions, little street rods.
Yeah, I had some of the little cars, the Hot Wheels style cars, but
yeah,
they did a NASCAR style phone.
Yeah, I never got to see that one.
They did a NASCAR style flashlight car flashlight.
That doesn't surprise me.
And then some weird.
However,
it looks like that Hulk Hogan one I just threw in here because it's a car.
The one thing that I wanted, but they never fucking produced, was the monster trucks from the rooftop battle between Giant and Hogan. When they locked the monster trucks together for the sumo, they never released the trucks on in a set.
Oh no. Monster Jam did later as their new. I think the Hogan one was still the Hogan one, but they did.
I know they were featured in the Monster Truck Madness 64 game.
Yeah, I remember the commercial for that with Kevin Nash. It's Monster
I love
Truck
that game.
Madness.
I played that game for. Yeah, I played that game for hours.
Yeah, were you a big gamer in the 90s?
My brother was a dickhead. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know I'm going to say 98, 99, you could have saved your game with a Goldberg memory card?
I seen those, and my granny didn't think it was a smart purchase.
My buddy Fred had one.
Which now looking at
PlayStation one.
Now looking at it, and I agree. Was he facing the PlayStation?
No, the PlayStation
Like
one,
when you plugged it in, did he face?
he would be facing up to the sky as he's plugged in. The N64 one would be facing the sky from underneath. Like he would be
See
peering at
the
you
N64,
from.
and I can understand that one, but the PlayStation one, they should have flipped him around, had him sitting up in front of the PlayStation.
Should have, like, backwards, like reversed
Design flaw.
N64 style.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
just so that it would face the person when they had him plugged in.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
But
But,
yeah,
you know,
dumbasses.
like, I seen those. Like I said, I seen the PlayStation one. My buddy Fred had that one.
Mhm.
I didn't know they did the N64 one. So when I seen that, I was like, whoa, that's weird. Because it's him sitting up. It's not him just,
Yeah,
laid
why is the
back.
title belt so low? Like it's about to drop it.
That's another thing.
But hold on, it's falling. Hold on. I can't keep it. Oh shit. Oh, what's next on the list?
Well, it's Friday night. You and your woman are going to go out. Going to enjoy the evening.
Oh no.
You're going to try and
Nope.
score some. It's not what you think.
Nope.
So, before you go and take a shower. You wash your ugly beard, your ugly face. And then you get out, but you're out of bod spray. I know you're cheap like that. I don't even know if they still make bod, but
They do.
and you reach for some
ask me
WCW
how I know
Nitro
that.
cologne or some WWF cologne, or how about some Stone Cold Steve Austin cologne?
I want to say that I've seen the WWF one. I haven't seen the other ones.
Well, I'll say it right now. Out of all three of them, the way of the design of the bottle, I'd believe the higher priced fragrance, maybe not the higher priced on the shelf, would probably be WCW's. Because if you look at
Penny only.
Yeah, if you look at the WWF bottles, the Stone Cold and the WWF one, they're like the typical, really cheap cologne style bottles. Hell, the Steve Austin ones, I remember my mom's perfume looking like some of those.
It's definitely one of those things that makes you wonder what it smells like.
Yeah, by the time that stuff happens, or by the time that stuff came out, I was only 8, 9 years old. I didn't care about cologne.
Yeah, I didn't have that. I was too young to care about that.
Yeah. Straight up. Like, I didn't give two shits about that.
And I'm pretty sure you didn't care about the next one either.
Nope. Actually kind of weirded me out. But after you've struck out on your date, and it's time to go to sleep, as blue as you are.
Oh boy.
Be Hiroshi Tanahashi as you sleep. With sleep masks.
I had to make sure I was seeing that right. That. Yeah, that's creepy.
All right.
If I wake up in the middle of the night and I see that looking back at me, I'm just gonna leave. Bye.
Right.
Nope. I don't want to sleep next to Tanahashi.
No. 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 Or imagine walking into your bedroom in the middle of the night after taking a piss and your woman's wearing those.
Yeah, no. No.
Holy bejeebus. Then a fight starts because you woke her up because she had to wear those.
She didn't have to. She chose to.
Exactly.
She chose
Because
door.
I don't care who it is. You be a homie sleeping on my couch, for the night. If I walk out and see those, I'm fucking swinging. Like, it's just creepy. It's just like those people during the pandemic that would get custom masks of this part of their face printed on the masks.
Hey, don't make fun of people that got their faces printed on a COVID mask.
I'm going to, because
That was
some
a
of them,
lucrative business model.
okay, I'm not going to deny that. And I'm not besmirching anybody that did wear a mask or anything. My thing is they're still fucking wearing them now, and I see them out in public, and I'm like, why would you print this when you could just do this?
Awesome. Because they want you to wear the mask, but I don't want to wear the mask. So you can't make me wear the mask. Or if you think I'm not wearing the mask because I have my thing on, then yeah, you can confuse them.
Because I ain't gonna say shit about anybody, mask or anything. I didn't care what the hell your shit was. Because hell, dude, I had a Bret Hart logoed mask that the skull of his logo started here.
I had a cane one that had the mask on it.
Shit was dope. But
Yeah.
There's always been this weird thing about wrestling, right? Where a lot of people say kind of leans to the homoerotic.
It's you.
No, that's you. And every once in a while, because these happen at times, but it's very few and far between, and it's years between, right? But you remember the Jizz shirt from TNA and the Sin Cara Dick shirt?
Yeah. Those were funny.
Like,
The Sin Cara shirt, I remember how quick that one got pulled.
Oh, dude, I remember when that launched. Because it floods social media real fast.
Yeah, somebody was trying to get him fired.
And then the AJ just looks like somebody splooged AJ.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't even really want to know what that says on the back, but how did these pass any kind of look over? Like the Sin Cara, it's completely like in the tiny picture that I'm looking at of it currently, like it's pretty obvious. And then the AJ shirt.
Why would you put? He's just as bad.
Like, I don't get it.
It reminds me of the acid wash thing back in the day, but yeah, not very appropriate. I definitely. I don't understand some of the thought processes of some of the stuff that they put out with the t-shirts.
Right?
Like the Cena ones that they're starting to come out with are starting to be a little cheesy than
Well, the
they were.
Cena shirts have always been cheesy for a reason, but no.
What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get?
You get dumbass t-shirts
with dicks on.
with
But like I was saying, these type of shirts only come out once in a blue moon. Like the Jordan Miles' Smile shirt.
that one was
That was alright.
So
that was a race
So bad.
But just those. How'd this pass? How'd this get passed? Right? Like
they didn't care.
Right? They're just, oh, okay. But these two are the most infamous ones. And it's just like, the fuck, man.
Quality control was not met.
They took that day off and it was a new guy, obviously.
They were having a party with Vince.
Yep, memory cards popped back up. Wrong button. Sorry, y'all. So, did you guys ever, yeah, pretty goddamn much. Wrong button. My bad. It happens. Did your grandma ever have them ceramic plates up on the walls? Them collector's plates?
No. Hell no. My grandfather was not allowed that shit.
But you know what I'm talking about. Well.
Oh, yeah. There's some dumbasses out there that had those things.
Well, you remember the Sting one that they used to try and sell in like PWI in different wrestling magazines? Well,
yeah.
I think I have one that I think your grandfather would have allowed in the house.
Uh-oh.
We'll be right back.
Coming up.
Oh.
I don't even know if that's PG.
Well, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Such good shit.
I believe I've seen that at flea markets before.
Until I started trying to find some weird merch. And what sucks is when you search the internet for weird shit, you can usually find it. But when it comes to weird wrestling merch, this is pretty much all that comes up. Like... That says Playboy. This is way before them days. No, is what it was used for.
It rhymes with
like, but no, could you imagine walking into your buddy's house at like 11, 12 years old? And his mom's got the, the Precious Moment plates, the Star Trek plates, and then a Playboy China plate. Like,
now, was it made out of China or just had China?
No, it's just probably one of them cheap ceramic fucking plates that they slapped a picture on and sold to everybody for $19.95 plus $5 shipping and handling.
Oh boy!
Like, what
Good
a
on that one.
right? Right?
Good on those. That yeah, no. If I'm gonna have a plate, it's getting used and it's going to the dishwasher.
All right. Well, got a couple more. Just a couple more. And, you know, I think we should put on some music.
Don't you even bring this shit up. No, 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 no.
I think we should listen to the the sweet sounds of one Terry Funk.
What?
Not Terry Funk? What about the Destroyer?
Huh?
Or how about even the King, Jerry Lawler?
No. Nope. 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 No.
You don't want to
Hell no.
listen to
Hell no.
Oh boy.
You don't want to listen to the
boy.
Destroyer sing you what looks to be Christmas carols or some sort of Christmas album?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Yeah, to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell.
You don't want to listen to Terry Funk serenade you?
No. Not at all.
You want to hear Jerry Lawler try to?
Oh. Things that should have been left on the table.
Well, speaking of being left on the table, this one. Now, this one I've used. This one has helped at a birthday party or two in my life. How would you like your very own Hulk Hogan cake?
That's stupid.
What are you talking about, fool? I've never seen the other ones that they advertise. I've only ever seen the Hulk Hogan one, but I have been on the lookout for the Randy Savage one my whole damn life. Your mama didn't make you a Hulk Hogan cake?
I actually know where to find that cake pan.
Well, then get on the motherfucking phone and help your brother out.
I know where to find that cake pan. Vendor mall out in the valley, actually.
The Hulk Hogan one?
I want to say it was either Hogan or Savage.
Probably Hogan. I have literally I'd say probably the first time I remember seeing these and getting one was 93. So I would say probably 32 years of my life. I've never seen, I think it's Boss Man, Macho, and Hogan.
Yeah, I think I've seen vendor mall out in the valley that has them. They had like 2 or 3 of the different ones. That's the only time I've ever seen them. When I was a kid, our cakes got made at Walmart.
Yeah, like
or Kroger, and had like the picture image on it.
Yeah, no. My mama was too broke for that shit. I've had a few birthdays that were a Hulk Hogan cake, and I was just fine with it. Hell, there were sometimes she just made a cake in the Hulk Hogan pan. So,
I mean, if you can do it, you can do it.
right? And then we, to round it off, a really strange one. Probably one of the strangest things that I remember from being a kid. You would see these at flea markets, at fairs, stuff like that. And even as a child, I would be really weirded out by them, just by the looks of them.
Yeah.
You ever seen these boxing puppets?
No, I've never seen those.
Really?
Those are
Like, I remember those creeping me out as a kid. There's a bunch of them. There's like a nun, Mr. T, as in that's with Hulk Hogan. Like, there's a bunch of them. And these things used to weird me the hell out.
I've
Like-
seen like the clowns and stuff, but I've never seen this one.
Yeah.
It almost seems
Like-
racist.
Like, to me, this is the strangest and weirdest wrestling merch of all time. Don't get me
Good
wrong.
one to end on because that is definitely the out of the box one that I would have thought of.
Right? And don't get me wrong. They've made hats with a beard on them for Daniel Bryan. WCW made a foam brick. Hell, TNA made a
I remember
foam
that one.
TNA made a foam chair that I found. And so, we're going to leave off on that one because that one pretty much takes the cake. So, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. We might do most shocking heel turns. We'll figure it out. We'll see
We
you
need to
next
do
week.
that one. We'll figure it out. Later.